Look at yourself. No, literally. Go, grab a mirror, and look. You're disgusting. But hey, don't get mad at me. I personally think everyone is. In fact, you should find some solace in the fact that I think you're on the same level as the Kardashians, or whatever appropriating celebrity people find attractive these days. This seems like a controversial and wildly subjective opinion, I know, but if you stick with me, I promise I will try to convince you that you, your mom, your dad, your uncle, best friend, really anyone you've ever perceived, is ultimately a gross, disgusting, filthy, ugly little creature. As we all are. And I have substantiated, objective, not at all my opinion evidence to do it. Exhibit A. There is no such thing as objective reality. What is objective reality, you might ask? Objective reality is something that is actual, so it exists, and is independent of the mind. One quick Google search defines objectivity in philosophy as the concept of truth independent from individual subjectivity. A proposition is considered to have objective truth when its truth conditions are met without bias caused by the mind of a sentient being. So basically anything that exists beyond vibes alone. Right off the bat, the question of beauty really comes into play. Can objective beauty really exist when it's determined by the minds of subjective sentient beings? Is beauty something you can touch? Surely it's something you can see. Okay, but what about when a trend equating the depth of your philtrum as a fundamental condition of a cuter overall appearance pops up? Is the tangible beauty your philtrum? Or is there no tangible aspect and your philtrum is just your philtrum with a floating label attached onto it for now until its importance inevitably changes? What if one day everyone around you decided that kneecaps were ugly? I mean, they are, but in a way that was more important. Imagine everyone started getting surgery to get them removed. You start to stand out if you don't do it. It sounds ridiculous, but it's the same thing as thinking there's something wrong with you if your face isn't perfectly symmetrical, or your butt is too flat, which, might I add, was considered attractive not that long ago. I wasn't self-conscious about my dump truck for no reason when I was in middle school. Anyways, what constitutes someone as being attractive changes literally every decade. Depends on your location and is often exacerbated by companies trying to sell things to you because there is no such thing as objective beauty. And how can you not be something that doesn't exist? Exhibit B. Humans are inherently nasty little weirdos. I sleep comfortably at night knowing Zendaya takes fat dumps just like the rest of us. And on that note, I've compiled a list of fun facts about humans in case you ever think our species is even remotely attractive. I would just like to give a quick disclaimer. I got all of these facts off of a random YouTube video I found, link in the description. I cannot verify if these are true or not, but I did search a couple of them afterwards, after I watched the video, and a lot of them are true, or the ones that I searched are mostly true. So literally don't think too hard about it. Okay. I would like to warn you now, these are disgusting. They make my skin itch, and it actually ruined my day compiling this list for you, so you're welcome. 1. Did you know your eyelashes have mites that live off of dead skin cells? And in general, there are more living organisms on your skin than there are people on Earth. That's not even the worst of them. Okay, 2. This next one made me incredibly uncomfortable. Your blood vessels, yeah, all inside you. Your blood vessels could circle the earth 4 times. If they were completely unraveled out of your body. 3. You produce a cupful of nasal mucus every single day. And you might be like, no, because where does it all go? You swallow it. You nasty freak. Is this 3? I think this is 3 or 4. 90% of the dust in your house is your dead skin cells. If you don't get Swiffer Duster, 5? I've lost track of these numbers at this point. You can fill 2 swimming pools with your saliva. I'm not sure what size swimming pool. This is just what the video told me. So yeah, 2 swimming pools with your spit. 6, your poop is liquid inside you. And like, honestly, that makes sense, but it just is nasty to like think about. Because, anyways, let's keep going. Oh, this is a note I left for myself in my little script. This is actually grossing me out, and I think I may genuinely need to stop before I truly lose my capacity to be attracted to another human being again. And all of these traits are inherent to literally all humans, aside from, a few exceptions. Everything about us is literally disgusting, and that trumps any outer attributes that fit conventional beauty standards, in my personal opinion. Exhibit C. One of the main things our society holds high as a standard of beauty and tries so hard to cling on to is youth. Ew. Your youth is not lasting. We all get older, and it's just, trigger warning, problematic. Youth is a beautiful thing, of course, but for women, we have to consider the fact that under a patriarchal and often religious guise, of course youth would be valued. Youth represents purity, fertility, and innocence amongst many other things. These words have historically benefited the image of men when linked to the women that they're with. They are also words that are often associated with children and teenagers. It's just weird because it feels like this would perpetuate and encourage attraction to really young people, even when you're no longer a young person yourself. And we have a word for that around here. Pedophilia. All those TikTok trigger words to say, if you're chasing youth, you're chasing after a patriarchal ideal, which makes you a pick-me. I'm sorry. Now, the culture of beauty as it pertains to youth in men is slightly different. Because as men age, they're not subject... Ugh. Sorry, there's a fly. Oh my gosh. I don't know what came over me. Right off the bat, we're not even on the same playing field because as men age, they're not subject to the same scrutiny as women. I found this interesting but also annoying article linking our draw towards youth as purely biological, stating things like, multicultural studies suggest that men prefer women with lighter skin, which can be linked to the fact that women have lighter skin while estrogen levels are higher and women are more fertile. BFFR. In the same vein, it also states, to women, physical appearance need not have been so important for 2 reasons. Men are fertile most of their life. Their fertility only slightly decreases with age, and men's fertility cannot be assessed only according to appearance. Men get older and they're still fertile, so women can still find them attractive. But women get older and they become less fertile, so of course a man would find them less attractive. I'm no scientist, but this 2010 article seems to contradict itself by giving men more autonomy outside of their biological tendencies. I think it's stupid, and I think it's based off of rhetoric we don't apply to anything else in this life. If we are just mammals, no thinky, can only do what our biology says, how do we account for people who are homosexual? How do we account for women who are still fertile when they're older? When people bring biology into conversations like this, it's just another way to further enforce this narrative that women need to work hard to stay young because it's more attractive to men. It's benefiting everyone but you, babes. Read the room. Look around. It's an excuse, and it's a bad one. You will grow older, and chasing after anything else, anything that isn't inherently yours, I guarantee you will ensure that you will never be content. I hope that made sense. I feel like I went on a tangent that deviated from my main point, but I needed to talk about it. In conclusion, you're ugly, and that's okay. Even being ugly doesn't really exist for all the same reasons that beauty doesn't exist. You can't have ugly without beauty. There's no rainbow without rain. You exist. Yeah? That's it. You exist, so stop stressing. And just embrace you. Embrace every piece of you. Because you're weird, and you're gross, and you're aging, and you're incredibly ugly. Because you are a human being. And I think that is extremely beautiful. making this video didn't take a lot out of me, but it just made my brain feel scrambled. I felt like I didn't know how to speak English anymore, and I didn't know what I was talking about. So if at some point I wasn't making sense, that's why, and it has nothing to do with me, and it's not my fault, and I did nothing wrong. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye. Let's do another take for safety. No. Hair, makeup. Thank you.